What's happening, everybody out there, to another week of Family Chats? You guys know what time it is, where sports brings the family together. I'm the dad and the uncle, Freddie Rivera. Got my boy here, Giovanni. Say what's up.
What is up, everybody? What's up, YouTube? What's up, SoundCloud? What's up, Instagram? What's up, Facebook? What is up, everybody?
That's a lot of bodies, but everybody, thanks for tuning in, joining, ask questions. We want this to be very interactive, obviously with Instagram, Facebook.
Straight into
Straight into
the biggest news about this last week, which actually might have been the Super Bowl. But let's go into the trade deadline of the NBA and how the Cavs transformed. They blossomed. They listened.
Harry, congratulations on those Eagles. I see you. We were just talking about them.
I mean, let's let the Cavs. I mean, just a complete change going with trading.
Hey, I'll give. It's funny. If anybody saw last week's podcast, they saw my son's rant on the Cavs getting rid of everybody. Just get rid of everybody, trade everybody away. And we laughed at the rant, but we went back to look at it and we said, man, you were just saying they should get rid of everybody, and they literally traded half of the teams. So,
I mean, we saw them give
it's
up.
amazing.
They traded their guys. All right, they played the first game with all the new guys today, and they
Night and
just
day.
they just destroyed the Celtics.
Night and day. I watched the game today. I don't know if anybody caught that game with the Celtics and Cavs. The first quarter was close. The second quarter, the Cavs started to pull away. I think they had like a 10-point lead at the half. The third quarter continued. And I'll tell you what, the people that the Cavs got on the trade, the Nance, all those young guys, the Cavs got younger. They got more athletic. They got better defensively. So I watched it today, and it's amazing how now you take LeBron, all these new guys, you take J.R. Smith, who all of a sudden wanted to be J.R. Smith today because now we talked about them changing the culture. You said they need to trade everybody. I thought that eventually they would have to trade the coach. If they didn't make trades for players, it was getting so bad that they would have to make some changes for the coaching staff because they just needed to change the atmosphere in that locker room. It was terrible what was happening. The Cavs were losing by 20-plus points at home, 30 points with a LeBron James. Here they go. They did a fantastic job first game today, and they blew out the first-place Celtics at Boston. And the Cavs look like a different team.
We got a question. Does the trades keep LeBron in Cleveland?
So you're asking all the fans there?
That's Jason Hernandez asked that.
Jason
That's a great
Hernandez.
question.
Great question. I do. Here's what I think. That trade, well, not that one trade, but the multiple trades that the Cavs made, let me tell you, I'm giving that GM a lot of credit. What phenomenal trades to get younger, get more athletic, get better defensively, and yes, if the Cavs continue the way they play today, nobody in the East is going to be. You're right, Coach. Nobody in the East is going to beat LeBron. We said a few weeks ago that this was typical NBA, typical East, right? In the last 10 years that LeBron's been in basketball, the East is the same. It's very predictable. LeBron plays so-so in the regular season. The regular season doesn't mean much, and we get into the playoffs, nobody can beat LeBron. We said that a few weeks ago, even with the Cavs struggling, that we thought the Cavs would still win. Now, as the weeks went on, we started to lose hope in the Cavs and how good they were. Would they now change? But, man, if anybody saw that game today, there's probably no doubt in anybody's mind that the Cavs are ready to now take the East on again and play the Golden State Warriors and see if we can have that matchup again.
Listen, the answer that I'm going to give you is it's complicated.
What
Will
do you
LeBron
say?
come back to Cleveland?
Will
I'm
LeBron?
going to go ahead and say
I said yes.
it's hard because I felt like the only place that I thought I could see him going was the Lakers. But now that Isaiah Thomas is there,
Well, Isaiah Thomas, is he a
Listen,
free agent
with
after
the-
this year?
I think he is. So that's good. But the good thing about the Lakers and that they made this trade is that they freed up so much cap space by
Yeah.
giving up Clarkson and Nance. that they could possibly sign Paul George and LeBron James.
They have enough to do both.
They have enough to do both.
Yeah.
So I think the only way LeBron James leaves Cleveland is if the LA Lakers, not even the LA Lakers, if Paul George convinces LeBron to go to LA.
Yeah, no.
That's the only way. I don't think.
Listen, I think
see him
that
leaving.
I think the Lakers didn't hide what they wanted to do, right? I think the Lakers was very clear on, right? They wanted to clear cap space so they can go after LeBron and George next year. I think Magic Johnson and the LA Lakers made it very clear. Well, this is what we want to do. We want to clear cap space. We want to go after LeBron and George, and they've done it. So I think it was a win-win for both the Lakers. I think the Lakers did a great job. I think Isaiah Thomas, you're going to see it. Isaiah Thomas' first game yesterday coming off the bench had 22 points, like 6 assists. He looked like a totally different player. And sometimes that's just the way it goes. Players, find it hard to play in certain systems. I think a point guard, a pure point guard, and even a shooting point guard like Isaiah Thomas was, a scoring point guard, is tough to play with a LeBron. Because LeBron handles the ball so much that you kind of take away exactly what Isaiah Thomas brought to the team.
I like the idea of LeBron going to the Sixers, but there's just no friction there. I just don't see why LeBron would want to go to Philadelphia to play.
That's a good point, Jason. LeBron is a ring chaser, right? When you have all the conversations about Jordan, LeBron, right? And, he understands where he's at in history with that. So who gives the best chance for LeBron to win next year? The Sixers? That's not a bad option.
The
The
Golden
Lakers?
State Warriors.
That's not a bad option.
The Golden State
they
Warriors.
They
give
talked
the
about
best
Golden
chance.
State a few weeks ago, but I can see that LeBron's the best fit, obviously, is what we talked a few weeks ago, was to the Houston Rockets. I think that's the best team that if LeBron really wants to go to a team and win, our boy Angel, who's not here, who's commenting now, he thinks the Spurs, which would be another good spot.
But listen, the Spurs aren't going to have Kawhi Leonard in 2019. So I definitely think I see
You
him
think he's
leaving.
going to leave?
Oh, no doubt. The way that things got kind of messy this year when he got hurt, I just don't see him wanting to stay with the Spurs. I see him leaving. I think LeBron, there's only probably 2 places he goes. LA, not to the Clippers, of course.
Right. Houston? I think
It's
Houston
like, why would
Houston's
Houston want-
very attractive spot.
Why
for
would
him.
Houston want LeBron? I feel like they're.
What do you mean? Why wouldn't anybody want LeBron?
It's. Let me give you this. They're playing so well with Chris Paul and James Harden. Why would you spend another $30 million trying to get LeBron James? Why would you try to get LeBron James when you could probably sign 3 other guys that would benefit the team probably better overall than LeBron?
Yeah, well, Angel thinks LeBron would keep the Spurs there, but you're right. Houston's playing very well, so why mess it up? I get that. You got 2 scorers, 2 superstars. Kind of hard to mess that up, but obviously bringing the LeBron in is not going to hurt anything because
No.
he distributes the ball well. He would play well. It's almost like KD. Why would KD
But
go to
bringing
Golden
him-
State? Why would Golden State want a KD when they have a perfect team, right? Hey, why not? KD just mixed right well with that team. You're gonna if you can fit him in, you're gonna bring him in.
I just think bringing in a LeBron is like rewiring your whole team. It's kind of starting over. You don't just add LeBron
Yeah,
and to a team that's already successful.
you can because the Golden State Warriors proved it with KD. Because you can bring in a superstar with a superstar team, and you can still win. Because it's all about what that superstar is willing to do coming in. If he's willing to come in and blend in, they'll play well. If he wants to come in and be the superstar, I don't think LeBron is like that, so I think LeBron would fit in.
LeBron
well.
to the Rockets doesn't make sense. They have 2 guys who want to control the ball. Why would
No,
they want 3?
I agree with what Angel's saying too. That's the tough part about going to Houston. LeBron is almost like a point guard. That's why I believe Isaiah Thomas didn't fit well, and why Kyrie Irving wanted to go to the Celtics. When you say why did Kyrie Irving want to leave? He won a championship because he probably got fed up too. He's a point guard, and he's got a 7-foot center who wants the ball more than the point guard. So I understood. Now you can see why. And then you look at Isaiah Thomas. He goes to the Lakers. All of a sudden, he's a new man because he's a shooting guard. And so it's true. If you have a point guard that's a shooter and a scorer, it's hard to have LeBron and that guy on the same team.
The thing with Isaiah Thomas is that he is not a shooting guard. He's a point guard. He plays well when he has the ball in his hands.
Yeah,
He's not good at playing off the ball. Look,
and that's where he
Isaiah
looked out
Thomas
of place.
plays best
Yeah.
when he can go isolation and try to get fouled going to the hoop.
So
He's not a A+ shooter.
Let's
He's not
see.
a A+ defender.
Mm-hmm.
He was. It's like they tried to put too much on him that he
Yeah.
wasn't. He's not a good defender. He's not he's not that great of a shooter.
Let's see what a few folks are saying. Jason Hernandez from Orlando, Florida, says LeBron's ego won't allow him to be a number 2. James Harden wants to be number 1 guy. Won't work. John Merkman, LeBron is a stat compiler. John Merkman from New Jersey frustrates others on the team. That's interesting there. Ramon agreed with Joe, not a good fit for the Rockets. Agreed with Angel, he's staying. So Angel agrees with Jason too. That LeBron
He wasn't fit. He won't fit in
ego
Houston.
won't allow him to be number 2. So listen, I agree with a lot of that, but you have to remember LeBron took his ego back when he went to Miami because that was not LeBron's team in Miami when they had the big 3. So, that was Dwayne Wade's team. Dwayne Wade was the one who got the ball at the end of the game.
It
That
was his team at
Wade's
first.
It became Dwayne Wade's team.
It wasn't.
Even the second year when they won it. They went to the finals the first year against the Mavericks. Who
It-
got the
it
ball
wasn't.
in crunch time?
LeBron.
It was Dwayne Wade. Go back and look. That's why.
I mean, you
And
can
they
say
won.
anybody
Listen,
had the ball.
But they won.
Allen hit a 3 to
They
separate
played-
game 7 versus Spurs.
They played well together.
You can say that everybody had a different chance to win the game.
Yeah, they didn't have a
You-
point guard. That's the difference. They didn't have that point guard like Isaiah Thomas or
They had
Kyrie
Mario
Irving.
Chalmers,
Yeah, but
which is why
they played well.
why they played well.
Right.
But I feel like that's LeBron James. That was LeBron James's Heat team. You cannot say Wade was the number 1 option because he wasn't.
Wade,
LeBron James
come
was the
on,
number 1
let me
option.
school this guy. Wade was the go-to guy at the end of the game, right?
No.
Look, it was LeBron's team. D Wade stepped back. That's what Jason says.
It's true.
But it's not true. Go look back at those games, and at the end of the game, when the game was on the line, Dwayne Wade
This
was
is
the
what's
guy
different.
that wanted the
This
ball
is
and
what's
took the
different.
shots.
This is what's different about LeBron because you think that the man at the team has to take the last final shot. No, the man of the team finds the best shot and gives the ball off so they can score. This is the difference between Michael Jordan and LeBron James.
No, that's wrong.
LeBron James knows how to
That's
knows
wrong.
how to
That's absolutely
the
wrong.
ball
This is how much
at
you
the
don't
end of
know.
the game to get
Because
the best shot.
go look at some of Michael Jordan's buzzer beaters. Some of Michael Jordan's buzzer beaters.
triple
listen,
covered. He's
no, no.
triple covered.
Some of Michael Jordan's buzzer beaters were passes
Oh
that
my
he made
God,
to
man.
open guys. So this guy's saying
Listen.
that Michael didn't pass the ball. That's false. Here's the difference between Michael and LeBron. Michael did not have to have the ball to be the point guard. Michael knew his role on that team. That's the only difference. Matter of fact, I'm going to find the year. There was a year that Michael Jordan had to be the point guard for a stretch of 10 to 20 games. And Michael Jordan had probably like 10 triple-doubles. So where people said, well, Michael's not an all-around player, that is totally false. What he didn't have to have was the ball all game. He knew his role, give him the ball to score. He was the scorer, but he also distributed the ball well when he
This
had
is
to.
what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. At the end of the game, LeBron James knows how to get the best open shot. He's not going to take a triple team 3-pointer to try to win a game and lose. Michael Jordan's a better clutch shooter. I'll give you that for the rest of your life. You can have that. You can just suck on your thumb for the rest of your life. It's cool. It's nice. Whatever you want to say. All I'm saying is that when LeBron was with the Heat, he knew how to get the ball
He
to
had
the
good
best
talent
open
around him.
shot. He wasn't pressured to make that final shot. He had Ray Allen, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, all great shooters
Yeah.
who he could distribute the ball to. He didn't have to take the last shot.
He doesn't have to do that for any team.
He did sometimes. He
didn't-
did take the last shot
Listen,
sometimes.
what did we
But
thought?
that Heat team was so good because they had so many guys who could take that last shot. That's
they only
why
had 2 guys. It was LeBron and Wade.
you're crazy. You're crazy.
You weren't giving Bosh the ball
You
at the
are
end of the game.
crazy.
Bosh was not getting the ball
Go
at
look
the
at
end
how
of the
many
game.
buzzer beaters. Go look at how many buzzer beaters Chris Bosh made with the Heat. They gave him the ball all the time. You don't
heard
remember?
that.
Oh my God, man, you are crazy. You don't remember anything about that team, man.
But listen, it's all good. We understand LeBron is great with the ball. He does. Great passer. You got to give the guy credit. Great passer. And I think sometimes too much. He passes too much. He needs to shoot sometimes. He needs to take over. And sometimes I think it comes back to, bite him in the tail, which is why I think the Cleveland Cavaliers have been losing, because LeBron hasn't stepped up to be more of a shooter and a scorer when needed now. So, what's your thoughts? I'm going to read some of these guys' thoughts while we rant and rave.
Now listen, hold on. Let me ask this question. With the new moves that the Cavs made, are the Cavs favorites to go to the finals now in the East?
Two questions. Two questions I have. One, are the Cavs now the favorite, like Joe said? But my second question is, was Isaiah Thomas the problem? Was LeBron the problem? Together. That's interesting.
What question are we asking first?
Both. But we'll talk the Cavs. Are the Cavs the favorite? But I want everybody to think about the other one as well. Who was the problem in Cleveland? Why did that work? Isaiah Thomas, LeBron.
I'll answer your question real fast. Isaiah Thomas was the problem with the Cavs. It wasn't LeBron James was the problem with Isaiah Thomas. In 3 years with the Cavaliers, even when Isaiah Thomas was hurt, did we ever hear anything about that team having bad team chemistry? Nobody practiced. Nobody did this. We don't practice. I don't get good game reps. Nobody said anything about that until Isaiah Thomas, explicit word, got there and started complaining.
So what you're saying is until Isaiah Thomas exposed what was going on in the locker room, nobody said anything. Because he exposed what was happening. This is why Kyrie Irving left. Kyrie Irving left because there was a problem. Kyrie Irving would have stayed if there wasn't a problem. Kyrie Irving said, "Get me out of here. I don't want to be in the Cavs anymore."
Kyrie Irving wanted to be the main guy. That's why Kyrie Irving left. Kyrie Irving isn't a.
Come on, listen. You don't have teams like that. No, if you got a superstar like LeBron, look at all these young guys now. Yeah, they want to play.
Young guys? Or old guys?
No, the young guys playing with LeBron now off the trade. They want to be around LeBron. I get that. I would too if I'm a young guy.
Because they're not superstars.
Right.
Kyrie Irving is a superstar. There's a difference.
I get that.
There's a difference.
But you got 3 superstars playing on one team. In other teams, Golden State has how many superstars? 3.
If you take Klay Thompson off that team, is he a superstar?
Who?
Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
No, he's not a superstar.
You don't think Klay Thompson would be a superstar on another team?
No.
Guys, do you guys think Klay Thompson would average 25 points a game on another team?
Klay Thompson is a glorified Kyle Korver if he's not on the Warriors. They play such a great system in Golden State that it makes Klay Thompson look better than what he looks like.
Klay Thompson can shoot, but he could also drive. He can score off the dribble.
Not a whole entire game.
And he's a great defender.
Not a whole entire game without the team that he has.
Well,
he doesn't shoot as good as he does without the team he has.
Put him on the Rockets, and would he be a superstar?
Okay, we're not talking about that.
I'm just saying. I'd take him from Golden State, put him on the Rockets. Would he be a superstar? Take him and put him on Oklahoma. Would he be a superstar? Put him on with the Cavs. Would he be a superstar?
Put him on Sacramento.
I don't know Sacramento's team too well.
Because they're garbage. Because they're garbage. Because they're trash. Put him on the Knicks.
I think he'd be a good scorer next to, Porzingis. No. Oh, absolutely.
He scores 20 points a game.
He would be 20, 25 points with Porzingis.
20 points. He scores 20 points and has 5 assists.
You put Klay Thompson with another superstar. Klay Thompson will score 20
Is 20 points and 5 assists a superstar?
20 points is not a superstar. He's a good player.
Okay, no, he's a good player. That's what I said. He's not a superstar if he's not on the.
But let's go back to the question. I saw Jason said no, the Cavs are not going to win the East, right? I believe you said. So I believe that this makes Cleveland again the team to beat in the East. I just think with LeBron, the Celtics aren't going to win. I think mentally the Celtics know after today's game, Cleveland went in there and put a whooping on them. They beat them by almost 30 points. I mean, they embarrassed the Celtics in Boston, almost making a statement not only to Boston but to the rest of the East. And the confidence that Cleveland Cavaliers team has for the first time with them young guys, they feel like they're the team to beat again. I can't see them not winning the East. Toronto's going to beat them. Boston, I'm embarrassed that Boston played that bad, but who?
The Cavs are going to make you eat your words because the Cavaliers are going to go back to the finals and they're going to compete They have a better.
How are they going to eat my words when I said the Cavs are going to make it to the finals 3-4 weeks ago? I said this is the same league as it's been for the last several years.
Because
the Cavs
last
are
week
gonna
you
go
gave
through-
up. Because last week
No, you gave up. You
No.
gave
I said it's
up.
making them hard. I said it's making
You
it
gave
hard.
up.
I said the Cavs.
I
were
just said
making
I
it
didn't
hard.
know. I mean, it looks
I
bad.
gave them the tip, and they took it.
Listen, with that team last week, they wouldn't have won. And you were right, and I believe everybody else was right. Cleveland Cavaliers with the same team last week was going absolutely nowhere.
Why?
Because
Why?
they-
Because Isaiah
because- no,
Thomas
it wasn't
is
just
a
Thomas.
termite.
It wasn't just Thomas. You had Dwayne Wade there. What's Dwayne
What was
Wade?
Dwayne Wade's problem?
But tell
He
me
was
why
just a
they
role
trade
player.
him. How about the other guys?
Why they trade?
Well, how about Rose?
Rose is garbage. That's why.
But they traded guys. Here's what they did. They took the problems
What
out.
did they trade Wade for? You can't
No,
say
but
Wade was a problem. They
here's
traded
what I'm
Wade for
saying.
an 8th grader. They
No,
traded him
I'm
for
not
2024
I'm
draft
not
pick.
saying Wade was the
They
problem.
traded Wade for an
No.
8th grader.
But I'm not saying Wade was the problem. What I'm saying is they got rid of, right, prima donnas, guys who were superstars, right? They got rid of all the guys who were superstars that came onto the team before. They just took all the negativity out of the locker room. They brought in speed. They brought in athleticism. They brought in young players. And today it showed because these guys are coming here wanting to be big-time players. They want to prove that they belong in the NBA. They're young. They're hungry. And with LeBron around them, and you hear one of them said today, we're here. We know LeBron is Batman, and we all need to play our roles and be Robins. And with that
Ramon-
attitude, I believe they'll play well.
Ramon says they have no chemistry. They had no.
They
chemistry.
had no chemistry. It's true.
Why? Tell me why. Please tell me I'm right. Because Isaiah Thomas
They
is
traded
the
Wade.
biggest baby. He is the biggest baby in the NBA.
Oh.
You didn't notice it last year because the
Who's
Celtics
that?
were good. Isaiah
He
Thomas.
says Isaiah Thomas was the biggest baby. I said
He's
LeBron
the
is the
biggest
biggest baby.
baby in the NBA. I've never ever seen any problems with the Cavs locker room being a baby until he showed up and started crying.
It's exactly what Merkman says here. There was no system in Cleveland to control the egos. The GM can't control it. The coach can't control it. Why?
The coach is garbage. The coach needs to go still.
Because LeBron is the GM, the coach, and the star. Everybody knows it. What LeBron says goes. And because he's a free agent and he can opt out next year, LeBron makes that decision there. And everybody knows that if LeBron leaves Cleveland, Cleveland goes back to being garbage because they have no Kyrie Irving and they have nobody else to take the place of LeBron. So
you think-
the GM and the owner did a great job this week. Some phenomenal job. Because what they did was they changed the culture. They changed the atmosphere. And I believe this is going to revive the Cavs and, again, make them the favorite in the East.
So you're telling me.
And LeBron will stay with
So
this
you're
young team.
you're telling me there was Isaiah Thomas was not the problem. That's what you're trying to explain to me?
No, you're trying to make it like it's Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas only played like 10
they
games.
went on like a 10-game winning streak before Isaiah Thomas started playing.
Go find that. But no.
Look it up.
Listen,
Look it
Isaiah,
up.
Isaiah Thomas, one player like Isaiah Thomas cannot be the problem when you have a
Oh my
superstar
God.
like LeBron. How can Isaiah Thomas be the problem when you have a superstar like
He
LeBron?
sucks. He can't play
Isaiah
defense.
Thomas
he can't
did not.
shoot.
No,
couldn't
he
score.
was not. No. He did
You're-
not
you're-
cause the Cavs to lose by 30 points
You're
at
crazy.
home. He did not cause the Cavs to lose by 25 points on back-to-back games. Isaiah Thomas was not that big of an issue. LeBron was the issue.
All I'm saying is that Isaiah Thomas was the problem. They went on a.
That's right.
He was the problem.
Harry, you're right. That's why Chicago was so good for so long with MJ. Right? Phil Jackson wasn't the best coach, just the best at managing egos. MJ, Pippen, Rodman, etc. And that's true. That's what these young guys don't understand was that MJ didn't get along with Pippen all those years. They had it out. But Jordan demanded greatness because he was such a good player that when they got on the court, they knew, hey, we're here together. Off the court, they didn't hang out much. But you were right. The coach was so good at managing the egos on that team. And when they got on the court, they were together. That's what LeBron didn't
Thank you,
have.
everybody. Thank you for tuning into the Michael Jordan Show. Thank you. We appreciate it.
He hates the fact that we talk. Listen, the fact is, Michael Jordan is the greatest for a reason. LeBron is compared to Jordan, so that's a great role.
One,
To be
two,
compared
three,
to Michael Jordan makes LeBron great. He's great. We all know LeBron is great. But this stretch of basketball over the last 10 to 15 games before these trades have made LeBron look really, really
1,
bad.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Javi,
12, 13.
what's up, Gabi?
They
You're
were on a
right.
13
Michael
game.
made his teammates better.
They
You're
had
right.
a 13-game winning streak this season.
When was that done? Now keep going.
Yes, when Isaiah and they lost one game and they won
When did
5
Isaiah come
more.
back? We want to know when Isaiah came back.
He came back.
Was it really January? No, I don't know.
I have to
We'll
look at the
But you-
exact.
listen, you got a point, right?
But I'm
Isaiah
telling
Thomas,
you,
listen, you're not.
They were perfectly
listen, what I'm gonna say
fine
is
this
you
season
do- you-
before
you
Isaiah
have-
Thomas got
you
there.
have valid points about Isaiah being part of the problem. But
Not
the problem I have with you putting it all on Isaiah
I
is
am.
he came back from injury. He was just trying to fit in. He had not played with him all year. So how do you blame one player when the coach could have said, Isaiah Thomas, sit the bench. Sit the bench, come off the bench for 10 minutes until we get you into a rhythm. Right?
Nice.
Isaiah Thomas wasn't the go-to be-all. And, he was not that big of a problem. Now he goes to L.A.
When he was
Right?
on the
Hey, guys,
floor,
he goes
they
to
were
L.A.
weak.
He goes to L.A. Scores 22 points, six assists off the bench. Why? Why all of a sudden did he play well?
When he was on the floor, they were weak. And he was on the floor too much. I say if they sat him on the bench, then they'd be perfectly fine. But
Right. And Ramon, you're right. LeBron's made it before to the finals with garbage teams. What was the problem this year? Hey,
garbage teams can play defense. Isaiah Thomas could not. It was like watching a midget try to run around the court, trying to.
yeah,
play.
listen, LeBron is great, but he is a stat compiler, and he's played in an era where the East just has no competition. So it makes it easy for LeBron every year to have mediocre teams and then carry his team to the finals. So, he's going to go to the finals year after year after year. But if he doesn't win a few more championships and he keeps going to the finals and losing, I'm sorry. That's just going to make him look even worse because people can say, well, he went to this many championships, but unless you're the elite team and you're coming out with championships, the rest doesn't matter. When you look at Michael Jordan's record in NBA Finals, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Never went to a Game 7. When you look at LeBron's Finals record, it's under 500. It's not even 500. So, it says a lot about him. But we love this conversation. We can go all day long. LeBron,
We can talk all day
LeBron
about
and
how
Michael
good
Jordan.
Michael Jordan is. We
And
know.
listen,
We know, this is the Michael Jordan show. We just changed the name.
LeBron is
Thank you for tuning in.
LeBron is the GOAT. He is the greatest of this era. So when I say GOAT for LeBron, it's spelled G-O-T-E.
I'm editing
Greatest
that.
of this era.
I'm editing that, and I'm gonna put it on Instagram. It's gonna say LeBron's the GOAT. That's all I know.
He's gonna edit what
I'm gonna edit it, and it's gonna say LeBron is the GOAT. That's all it's gonna say.
So listen, LeBron is the greatest of this era. It's all good. They're gonna be in the finals again this year. Man, they played phenomenal today. Says a lot about them. Val, you like what's going on here? So hey, listen, thanks for joining in again. We call this Family Chats where
or the
sports
Michael
bring
Jordan show.
where sports brings the family together, and we have these heated conversations. All good. This is what it's all about. But let's go on to do we have to go on to another subject? Do we want to talk NBA? Anything else to talk about in the NBA?
Nope.
All right, so
Isaiah Thomas is a termite. That's all we know.
we'll continue this topic next week. We'll see how the week goes on for the Cavs, but I can see them going on a run this week now after demolishing the Celtics today. But let's go into the MLB, one of our favorite subjects. I don't know if it is for you guys out there, but
This is where we lose all our viewers. We're sorry. Thank you for tuning in. But we gotta
Daniel
talk about it.
Team Braun, your boy Daniel from Pennsylvania right now.
Listen, the young guys are always Team LeBron.
Yeah, most of you young guys are
he's the
Team
greatest of
LeBron
all
because
time.
that's what you guys have seen. So I get it. He's the greatest of this era, and that's why you guys jump on his back. But I've seen them both, and no one greater than Jordan.
LeBron equals GOAT.
GOTE, greatest of this era. They can't see that.
GOAT. LeBron. He's
Get
the
that nonsense
best.
out of here.
LeBron is the best player of all time.